Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. We were talking about the kid. Maven's getting ready to spear that kid if he comes back up here. So, but ladies and gentlemen, please refresh the stream. We are getting ready to get positioned here in this Winners Bracket Finals matchup. Alex, all right, listen, I'm going to throw you a curveball here, all right?
Oh, God.
We're looking at capture the flag on a drift, okay? If you were to pick a team to win this game type, who is it?
Oh man, well, you know what? If I have to go entirely based off of what I saw yesterday, I gotta go with TEC Infamous. I'm really looking for Nated to go massive. I think Nated is just playing phenomenal. Honestly, it's going to be really hard to call, but I do think TEC Infamous is going to be the one to take game one. But the question that I have is, that raw slaying power. I don't know who's going to come up on top there, and that's just a scary factor. But if I had to go with the first game, TEC Infamous, they're looking good, man. Yeah,
and the big thing about Infamous on the map like a drift is they are known for being quite nerdy, and the one thing they do is they like to get one person in behind the enemy team and just grab the flag and cause the objective dilemma, which is, do we go for their flag or do we turn back? And that's why Classic lost that game. Mikwin was so hard on himself yesterday. He had that amazing back-to-back triple kills, but they put him in that dilemma. They say, hey, do you want to stop the flag or do you want to cap a flag?
Yeah.
And when you get caught up and you don't make a decision, you're done. You have to. Halo is a game of seconds. And it's just decision making and angles. And when you make the wrong decision, you get paid for it. Right?
Very true. Very true. So I think this game is going to be starting here in just a bit. We're waiting on all the players to be ready.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be so intense. The Drift CTF, of course, is a game type that I actually kind of grew a little fond of. A lot of people have their problems with it, but I mean, the last game, Requiem in Classic, that Drift CTF game was absolutely nuts. Yeah. Sniper rifles for days. It was insane. Shots going everywhere. It was awesome to watch. I know that the community has like their, I guess, discrepancies with a Drift CTF, but as a guy who kind of just came into this and I'm looking at it from the outside in, I, kind of dug it. It was not that bad. Pretty good sniper plays.
There's a flip side to that coin, huh? And that coin is basically status quo. If we see like a 1-0 lead here from status quo, they are just going to kind of turtle up, and they're going to say, come to us. So this is when listen-ins are very beneficial for us. But yeah, that's, it all depends on the two teams playing. Like obviously Requiem and, Classic are going to be fast-paced. But without further ado, Golden Boy, game number 1, Winners Bracket Finals. We are jumping on board with Neighbor from Status Quo.
Who better to kick it off with Neighbor than, honestly, because he, he brings the thunder. He's a very talented player, a veteran, once again, a veteran in the scene, considered one of the best in the Halo 3 era, and, looking to repeat that same success once again. Let's see what's going to happen off the break here. Neighbor definitely going straight for that. Seems like he's going to try and go for the bottom mid here. So pretty peculiar play. Is this something that you commonly see?
Yeah, actually it is. And the reason why is because it's a straight shot up to the rockets. A lot of people put emphasis on snipers off the beginning, and it's really, sometimes we'll see 2-2s for the sniper, but the rockets are still important because when you get him spawning back flag like how he is, he's good. He has free reign over the entire map.
Okay, Neighbor with those rockets in blue attic here, waiting. He sees that his teammate did get taken out on that one. That was going to be Enable as Neighbor creeping around, finding one, taking him out. That was going to be a good rocket connection there. And another player as well is going to be Nated. Oh, he's going to go for that stop. Big win because the rockets and the sniper are probably going to go to Nated there.
Yeah, Rocket Sniper is one of those ones everyone in the Halo community knows as the T2 combo. Oh no!
What happened there? Did he just...
He just got destroyed. Flamesword ripped his face off. That is humongous. So now Flamesword has 2 snipers and a rocket, and he's going to be taken down. These rockets are cursed. And cursed rockets, you just leave them alone. Don't look at them.
Walshy said that same thing at UGC. It's like sometimes they're just rockets that are just cursed. You don't touch them. You just let them run its course, and I guess that is something that's very true. I didn't know that was like a thing that even you followed.
Oh, it's big, man. It's something we've seen in all Halos. So it really started in the pit because there was the battles in green, and the rockets would just be down there, and no one could get to them. There's just nades everywhere. But looking at these 8 players right now, I've never seen such a battle for midfield. Normally we see as it stays out on the outskirts of the map, like either big door and cliffs, but this is like a battle for bottom, middle, and attic. And I don't know if it's just because Infamous is trying to get used to SQ because they play different than everyone, or what it is, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, well, you know what though? Enable again in that attic, like you had mentioned before, that seems to be the point of interest here for both teams. The Status Quo now trying to make their way down. And Enable finding a player here on the side. He's going to be able to work with his teammates to take him out. Another player as well, able to take out the flag carrier, so that's going to be a big win. They are going to be able to return that flag, and that is going to be huge for them. But Lethal inside of the base and Enable taking shots from behind there, right by that red big hallway. So definitely look for some moves here. Flamesword, he is going to be there for that stop as well.
Yeah, great job here from the members of Status Quo. They're just hurdling up. They pulled back, and one of the main things was, you know, we were kind of hanging out with a bunch of different guys last night, and Enable said, all we have to do is keep one guy back in our base and catch Rydoob as soon as he grabs the flag, and then we have a 4-on-3, and we just sprint up, and then we make him pay. So I don't know if that's actually going to work, but it's definitely it's a theory.
They have a strategy. They have an approach. Yeah. Let's see if it's going to work out for them. Of course, Rydoob, you had mentioned before, is a Mr. Unpredictable, so anything can happen with that guy. Naded with the sniper rifle currently, right, and you have to look at this and see. So Naded's pushing over to the flag here with sniper. Is this something that you usually want to do, Gandhi?
Yes and no. I mean, the thing is,
right there,
like, Infamous is just completely selfless. They don't necessarily care about the power weapons, and they can't get punished for that. But, you know, sometimes the weapons just kind of disappear because, as everyone knows, if you don't look at it and keep an eye on it, then it disappears in 12 seconds. So, kind of a burden to have, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I disagree with the play entirely.
Well, Naded is going to get taken out there by a rocket from Enable, and another one, too, for that double kill, taking out Goofy. And he might find someone else in the blue attic. No, he is not. It says he's going to patrol the base here with the rocket launcher for a little while. Flag is being pulled presently. That is going to be from Rydoob. Look for Enable to go big with this one. And, man, what a stop here if they are able to take him out.
Yeah, Enable's got a good job here. Connects with one, looking for another. And the big thing here is he does have Flamesword watching this lift. And they have basically full control. Neighbor can't get over, but now we're going to see a pull. We're going to see a pull here from the members of Status Quo, and they're going to slowly just let Enable pave the way for Flameswords, but it's kind of slowed now.
Yeah, he does get taken out. Flamesword's going to be completely by himself, taking some shots, finding a player, by the way. So look for a Flamesword. Neighbor really needs to come up big here with the support, too. Actually, he's going to be at the other side of the base. So Neighbor is probably going to go do something else. I mean, I'm not entirely sure to see his position exactly.
This is very, very weird. This is you never really see this kind of gameplay on a drift. Normally we see it much different. But like I said, this is what Status Quo brings. There's times where it's interesting, and there's times where you have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
and that's that time now.
You know, you can definitely see the slow pace here of Quo without a doubt. They're just, but I do think, and I'm a big fan of controlling the pace of the game. It's super important. You frustrate your opponent. You make them, you know, make foolish mistakes, and it seems like that's what Status Quo is going for.
Sure, man.
And especially with players like Neighbor, I mean, with Naded and Rydoob, I mean, Goofy, I mean, really all four of these players, they could get a little antsy at some point in time.
Yep. And the big thing here is that Status Quo is a team who, as everyone knows, has all four good individual shots, and this is kind of a grudge match because yesterday Rydoob tweeted, "I can't believe that SQ's in the top 3. That was a terrible winners bracket semifinals." Even though it was an amazing series, but he's just trying to talk some trash already. And so Enable and the other troops of SQ are basically looking for blood here.
Okay. Well, Rydoob has a tendency of doing that.
Oh, dude, he's and Lethal, as you found out last night.
Oh, I found out about Lethal. He's the worst. He is awful. But that's beside. Yeah, he's a dreadful human being. That is beside the point. He's probably just grinning, thinking about it. Every time I think of Lethal, I think of him just grinning and just being that guy. You know what I mean?
He's the definition of a troll.
Yeah, he is. He truly is, even in real life. So it is not fake. In any case, going back, we're talking about Lethal. So Lethal on the screen here, controlling this mid area, and I don't think rockets should be coming up in a little bit. I'm presuming since Lethal's setting up for it.
5 seconds, they will be dropping from the ordnance. It's basically a static, so every 3 minutes from the beginning of the game, those rockets will be coming down. Sniper, on the other hand, is dynamic, so whenever you pick it up is when they'll be dropping. Ooh. And we see as the 24-minute mark, things get a little bit crazy, but we haven't seen anything exciting, really. In regards to flagpoles, we've seen maybe the 50-yard line, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, you know, since this game's kind of at a little bit of a stalemate, let's see if we can go ahead and hop into an Astro listen-in here with Infamous and see how their communication is like, and if that is going to help them with pulling a flag here and capping a flag and finally taking the lead. So, Status Quo, or excuse me, Infamous listen-in?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's do it.
The big door somewhere. Got one. Another one went outside. Yeah, he went outside. Go. I'm in front of you. They're sniping outside. He sniped me. He's one shot. I got him.
Yeah, it's a guy. They're sniping.
They're sniping?
Yeah.
Did he lift?
He's on our base. He might have lifted.
He's gonna be on our base.
He did lift.
Small. I might not lift.
He lifted our base.
I got it. Our small right now. Back our base is weak. I'm weak.
I got him!
One shot, sniper, flame sword! He might live! Flame sword, let's hit a small landing somewhere. Let's hit a small landing, flame! Flame is weak, a small landing somewhere.
Dude, he didn't live, man. No, he's weak. He's on our flag weak. On our flag weak, please.
I got it.
Nice.
Thank
God.
Let's go!
Nice shit.
Alright.
Where? Under attic, or catwalk, our flag. He's running
He's
going back our base.
counter.
He's going back our base for the sniper.
What are you doing?
He's sniping one shot back there.
Dude,
He's not weak, he's one shot. He's not weak at all. I need help.
I got an 8. I didn't hurt him.
Kill him. Rush kill neighbor now. Kill neighbor.
Got traded. They might be lifting. Lift our small, big. Lift our big.
I'm looking.
I'm looking.
I got shots too.
3 shot. Flame. 3 dead. Flame.
Call outs. I'm hearing signs, but call outs. Our flag?
Yeah.
Our small landing.
Snipes up this minute.
I see him.
Watch out, a small landing. I
got him.
Watch out, a small landing, guys.
I can't see him.
Got him.
I'm pushing that.
I got nobody's in our flag. There's nobody in our flag. Yeah, I got him.
Where's he at?
Where? He's not our first or second. I don't know where he is. Might be our mid.
I'm in their base.
He's at the small. Big. I'm gonna run this.
I'm in their attic. They're gonna spawn their back base.
Yeah, he did. Spawn back this.
Where's neighbor at?
I got one.
Where's neighbor at? Back to base. Watch out, beam that kill him with the pistol. Nice.
First play weak.
I'm running it.
One shot.
Our snipes to 15. Snipes to the 11.
One shot. That's very small.
Rockets up the center. There's one shot. There's small hall.
Are you ready, Brett?
He's gonna go there. Gonna be their snipe.
Going our big. Our sniper's up one.
He's gonna lift our big. Gonna lift our big. Their sniper's 11.
Go.
Our big small landing, neighbor. Dude, right behind you.
One side. I got him.
Nice. Our big landing. Our back flag.
We're 3 dead. Out of small landing.
Just snipe them when they recover. And our 3 on big door side.
Our attic. Our snipes into
Kill.
That's nice with 2 in our flag, 1's our attic. 2 in our flag. They're going running a bit.
The first. Their snipes up. The first nade is heavy. Up in a second.
Guys, someone gets on favor.
I do.
One shot. Another one at our side. Lift it. He lifted our flag. There's 2 dead. There's 1 flag. You gotta watch the back flag.
Yeah, Nick ran away.
You gotta worry. Kill the guy flag. No,
yeah,
first. Our first.
Nice score.
We got it first. Our first.
Rockets reset.
Rockets.
They got sniped on our snipes.
No, rockets are still up right now. Rockets are still up.
Go ahead. 2 guys are side. 2 guys are side.
Why'd they have rockets?
Rocks are weak on main ramp. And our first sniping. There's 2 at first.
I got
our small.
Our first.
Remember, our bait door's gonna have rockets probably.
Enable's attic. They're attic. Enabled. He's gonna be above you. He's gonna be there. Enable. Weak. They're attic. He's weak. They're attic. Get past that. Nice.
Oh, I died.
Where is it?
They're right to your right. Be patient.
Right to you now. Oh, right.
Run to me.
I'll tell you. They're coming now. Look. He's
coming
right
where?
behind you. Right. They're big. Watch out the attic enable. Watch out the attic sniping enable.
No one here, bro. I need to
The attic sniping really weak. It might be the pipes looking at you guys.
I hit him with an 8.
Yeah, he's a bait pipes.
They're pipes. Bottom pipes.
Nice.
3 dead last time. We just spawned.
When's that sniping?
Attic right.
Watch the big door when you spawn, Ryan. Make sure nobody's a big door. Ryan, listen. Okay.
He's sitting right to the left. I can't see him. He's.
What's other catwalk?
They will pushing our snipe.
Basement. He went bottom mid.
Neighbor.
Bottom mid somewhere. Flame. He might jump somewhere.
They're attic sniping right now. Going terminal. Our training in second.
Seconds. 2 guys per second going outside the side.
Last 2 work together.
Are they pushing our base?
One's our attic.
Our attic? Yo, out of flag.
Attic one shot.
I got lethal, out of flag. Push back to our base.
Kill their
Our attic, guys. Our attic with snipe. Going top mid. He's going top mid. 2 on the flag guy. There's 2 guys on the flag guy. Nice, Mike. Stay alive, Mike. I'm spawning up right now.
Someone out.
I'm in the basement.
One shot flag. Flag's one shot. Flag's one shot.
Dude, we gotta kill this flag.
Nice job.
They're first.
Hey, snipes up around this time. Big win, Nick.
2 guys are flag. Lethal's 1 shot. 2 guys are flag.
Second to side.
Lift it over the small landing behind you. Their snipes up.
Another small landing. 2 guys small landing in. Dude, I can't do it.
Flat. Now our sniper's up.
That's small.
Nice.
Lethal's winning. Lethal's winning. They're small.
We gotta get cap.
Lethal's winning. They're small. Rocks at 50. Guys, start playing together, dude.
Yeah. Nick, say what you're doing right now. What are you doing?
I'm small.
Alright, 3 of us is
Rockets
small.
45.
They're small. They're training. They're small.
I need the first.
They're training. I have a snipe. I'm the big.
I'm running this.
Yeah, they're attic. They're attic.
Dude.
Is attic weak?
Yeah,
Weak, they're attic. Flat, nice shot.
Oh, he's still alive.
Nice shot. That's all you. Nice shot.
I thought you.
2 guys are flag.
That's one. One's going.
One's going basement. And
One's gonna come to you.
We have to leave everyone out. We got
20 seconds.
Watch the low.
I'm watching small.
Just get middle control.
I'm watching out first.
Go middle. Yeah, I am.
Our training.
They're small right now. This guy on their small. This guy in a second.
Watch out a second.
Right there. I got him.
Watch out the small. Watch out the first.
3 dead.
One shot. One shot. Flames sword. He's on rocket spawn.
I need help. I got him. Get those rockets. I'm Ryan to you. I got rockets. 2 down. 2 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes left.
Just lift over with rockets to small. Lift with rockets.
No. I got one. Watch out the big door. Watch out the big door. No, he's not watch out the big door. He's weak the big door.
We're not going to let that one.
That's alive. We're good. Oh, on our bottom middle neighbor.
Got it. Fucking terror.
Got one.
The flag. Watch out the back flag, enable.
He got me. He's weak the back flag going. He's right behind us.
Still watch out the back flag.
Watch out big door when he spawn, TJ. He's so low. TJ, watch out big door when he spawn, TJ. Listen.
Alright, I will.
The flag. Let's shot their flag. 2 shots maybe with 2
I got one.
2 dead. On Ryan, that's fine. Just hold it out, guys.
I'm watching this.
We're good.
Their pipes.
2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
Running
Running.
at 44. There's
Where's he running?
He's running it small.
Oh, really?
Running small.
Yeah, go on attic.
There's catwalk, one shot, neighbor. Focus 4, kid.
Flag reset. Our snipe's supposed to drop. Our attic enable. Have shields. Watch out our attic. Have shields. Watch out our attic. They're first.
Get our sniper, somebody.
Our first.
2 guys are attic.
Half shields are first. Their snipers. Our small landing.
That's no one attic. There's got a small landing. I killed that guy.
No one. Ryan stall. He's weak. I left him. Their snipers supposed to drop.
He's going for touch. He's going for touch right now. He's got a touch.
Weak through training. Weak through training. You got a snipe up now. The snipe up now. Both snipes are up.
He's jumping.
One shot.
I'm gonna have their snipe.
On their first training, best man weak.
I've got me that
Best man weak. They're running at attic.
Right here. I'm really weak.
Nice. Neighbors one shot their snipe. He lifted back their base.
Best snipe right here. Best snipe low wall. Best snipe. He's one shot. He's one shot the low wall. Watch out the low wall. Watch out the low wall. Watch out the big door. Watch out the big door. He's the big door now. Now 3 seconds. 3 seconds. He'll be the big door.
Neighbors one shot. Neighbors nice. 2 dead. One shot in the flag.
They gotta touch it.
Neighbors one shot. 3 on the flag.
They got it. Leave it.
No, dude, we can get this.
He just got one. The flag weak.
One shot, neighbor, tell me. One shot, neighbor. One shot, dude, neighbor. Got him. I got re. I'm getting re. I can't get it. I can't get it. They're going for touch. Get the flag and melee him. Get the flag and fucking whack him. Nice, dude. They're low on somewhere. They're low on the attic. They're attic. Listen. The attic in the big door.
3 dead.
Fucking terror. Our snipe. Lifting our small. Did he? Yeah, he did. He's on our flag.
Attic, one shot. One shot at attic. One shot at attic. Flames is rushing our tower. One shot, Ryan. Our pipes. One shot our pipes. Flames.
You guys one shot.
3 in our flags. 3 in our flags.
You guys running it right now.
He's got back of base jumping.
He jumped up.
It's just 2-0 in favor, and status quo attempted. They attempted to get a flag cap, and it just didn't happen that way, bud.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell that the pacing here, status quo, they would just, I don't know, something about them when I would look, you know, we have the view of all 4 screens here at the broadcast booth, not flowing, just not flowing at all. Lethal, doing what Lethal does best. My lord, this guy.
No, he's got to get into the head as soon as he can. But
yeah,
really, you know, status quo on that map. It's just there was no sense of urgency. You know, I said it a couple times. We saw like the 3-man cannon over, and when they were put in a situation where they actually had to be aggressive, they were aggressive, and they did fine. And we saw them get the flag past that halfway mark and all the way back to the base. But you know, there's another 15 minutes of this game that you have to keep that pressure on. I mean, notice Infamous, they were always in the base. The only thing that slowed them down was the fact that Status Quo was winning a couple individual battles.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, and I don't know if you guys caught a chance there, but B-Man and Neighbor were actually struggling. The spread, I believe.
-9.
-9 for B-Man, -6, I believe, for Neighbor. So not the best performances for them by any means whatsoever. You know, I mean, TC Infamous, we knew that they're going to be a team that could do work. They're a very talented team. We were talking about it, you know, during the listen-in. There's history with this Infamous name. There's history with Ryan New. You said it. So I mean, so for those who aren't watching, what did you say?
Basically, the Infamous squad, when it basically originated, was, you know, Ryan Noob, and it was Lethal, and they actually defeated the 2011 God Squad, which I Got Your Pistola was a part of as well. And they only dropped 1 game, I think, in 2 events, and then after that, this team formed, and they dethroned them. So Ryan Noob, basically, he's destined to defeat God Squads, and it seems how it's going to be this weekend. But the big thing here to me is his Naded's playing really good on Sundays. You know, normally we don't see his Naded plays the best, and he's never actually won an event, but this could actually be his event.
Yeah, I mean, when Naded shows up, it's scary. It really is, and it just speaks to his talent. He is just such a phenomenal player. But we are not going to go to a commercial break. No breaks, no commercials, no mercy. We're going to go right into the game here. It is going to be Skyline Team Slayer and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Infamous can do here. Hopefully the individual talent of Status Quo can shine, but with the way TEC Infamous is playing, they're definitely feeling confident. They might even feel like they have them you know, I guess like on their toes.
Yeah, and the big thing here is there's not a lot of power weapons, and that's great for Infamous. That's not so great for SQ. Now, SQ didn't look the best on this game type throughout this tournament, but Infamous defeated Classic on it, and in a straight-up BR versus BR map, that's very, very impressive. And the big thing on Skyline here is you need top-middle control, but the other thing is you kind of have to have control of one of the streets. And the reason why you control the streets is because when you kill them on red side, they spawn blue. When you kill them blue side, they spawn red. So when you have that street, perfect flank.
All right, what we're going to see is Lethal and company are going to hold down the top mid control here, so look for them to just, I guess, kind of get the feel of where they're going to be spawning from, which will be from the red base. So it seems like Lethal and they're just going to stay top mid and hopefully see people come up there, but B-Man is going to go in there and he's going to be able to take out 1 or 2 on that play, so that's going to be big for them. Right now it's going to be 8-5 though. Infamous still in the lead. Actually, they're growing their lead little by little. Still early in the game though.
Yeah, and the big thing here is now there's no top middle control established for either team, and so we're going to see it kind of slow down, and they're going to get a feel out for each other. And normally what we do see is we see this bottom middle push, and the bottom middle push is huge here as we see Status Quo is actually pushing up, and Best Man's on the street, and this is big for him, man.
Yeah, but you know what, Goofy there with the stop, so he was able to make a stop on that close side there, and you're going to see Lethal finding one. He was not able to follow that up with a double kill of his own here, as Lethal and friends just holding it down. Lethal, we're going to keep the screen on him because, you know what, he's playing pretty solid. Despite that, though, still a pretty close game, 13-12, with plenty of time left on the clock. Did not expect this as much based on that last Adrift game, but Status Quo definitely showing up here. Hopefully they can get their act together and get some top mid control because they definitely do need that.
This is scary for Status Quo, man, and the reason why is because Infamous basically has a spawn cycle now. The Native finally just got taken out top middle.
Yeah.
Noob's up there, Goofy's pushing in, and this is the cycle game. So you get top middle, and then as soon as the other teams are spawning in the other base, and you trap them in there, and you send all 4 guys in there, and you annihilate them, and then it's again a fight for top middle.
Yeah, and Lethal actually picked up an awesome double kill, finding one player down at the bottom. That is going to be Enable going in for it. He is not going to be able to connect, but he's finally going to be able to take him out, giving him that old reload. This with a headshot, finding Neighbor down at the bottom as well. And another player over to his left. He needs to be careful here, calling them out so his teammates can come for the support. Solid play there from Lethal, not to challenge unnecessarily.
Yeah, Ryan pushing in on the street, Native's on the street as well, Goofy bottom middle, Lethal's trying to help out, and Lethal's just doing a good job. He's keeping them off of top middle, he's getting Native cut off some angles, and the best part about this is he's able to stay alive because he can drop bottom middle and sprint away. Huge play.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love to see about, you know, you can give Lethal crap all you want. I mean, I'm joking around with him, you know, he's a funny guy, but you gotta give him credit for his talent, man. He is an amazing player. He just doesn't miss. He's on point. You see the coordination with this team. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, very, very good player. And as soon as we get the chance, I'd actually like to jump on board with either Noob or Native, because this is a map where Native's going to shine just because he can be so fast and in the enemy team's base. And the last thing you want is to have a Native heat it up and be behind you.
Yeah, and you've seen Native pull some crazy plays in the FFA that we saw on Friday. Native, when it looked like he was going to get knocked out, he ended up placing, I think, like 3rd. Like he just heats up, and it's insane. And we were talking about it before this match began. A heated up Native on Championship Sunday is not a Native that you want to see. He has never won an event before. This is his time. He's saying he wants to take this one down. Great use of the thruster pack, getting that melee and dropping out of some dangerous situation.
Dude, Quo is just getting dismantled. Right now, all 4 members are spawning at the base. They are unfortunately not getting the split spawn, and Infamous is just steamrolling them. Native is going to just basically be able to run from one DMR to the other, and as long as he doesn't die, he's just going to be able to continue to do that and continue to just dismantle SQ. Not looking good for him. I think it's at that point where we can almost write them off.
You know, I actually had a chance to talk with Native prior to the event even began, and I was like, yeah, so tell me, you know, like, I mean, you took a break for a little bit, right? He said no, he's actually been playing religiously, like almost every day. Like, so everyone thinks that, oh, Native took like some break. No, he's been playing a lot of Halo. He didn't just like come back and decide, oh, I'm gonna play again. So this is a Native who is feeling comfortable, he's confident, and on top of that, just great knowledge, it seems like. A great execution overall, 42-27, Status Quo getting absolutely dismantled. You see every time Best Man goes for a shot, he's just gonna get eliminated right away, and I just did not expect this at all. Flame Sword and company, they need need to heat up right now, or else they're going to go down 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, 6 kills away here. Make that 5 for the members of Infamous. Rynoob and friends all over on the blue side as they're getting ready for this spawn rotation. You just saw Flamesword spawn. Oh, sorry, actually, they're red side. You saw Flamesword spawn blue side, and now they're so just trapped, man. It sucks. It's the worst feeling in the world on Skyline when this happens.
The crazier thing, too, is how Infamous is baiting and switching as well, right? Goofy was one shot, just decided, you know what, I'm going to back up there. I'm not going to go for the challenge. My teammate's going to be there for the pickup. And just like that, they secure the victory. Oh, my God, unbelievable. Infamous takes game number 2. Status Quo have to get their act together. 20-point difference, Gandhi.
You know, I hate to say it, I'm not that surprised. You know, Status Quo's a team who definitely is better with the power weapons in their hands. They're good with the rifle in their hands. They love the rocket. But the big thing there was, is you kind of saw it too. Like, they were trapping themselves in the base because they're so slow.
15 kills for Rynoob. Unbelievable performance.
I don't even think we were on his screen either. He's one of those players who just gets, he's like a garbage disposal. He just takes out all the trash kills. Like someone's one shot bottom metal, he cleans up. But Infamous, when they have that cycle game, and Ambush has it, and Classic has it, and Requiem has it, when they have the cycle game, it's very, very tough. And the only thing you can do is just buddy system. Just push 2 out DMR, 2 out Needle, and pray to God that it happens. But what happens is SQ is like, oh, pull back. And then they stay in the base, and they're stuck at red for like 3 rotations. No bueno, man.
Yep, and you definitely saw Status Quo struggling there. Now we're going to have coming up Haven Extraction. Could Infamous lock this one down right away, Gandhi?
Possibility. Very, very big possibility.
Strong percentage, I would say, if you were a betting man.
Yeah, and they've only dropped 2 games this event.
Wow.
So they're basically the ambush of AGL8.
Oh, well, that is certainly a very telling story. Of course, guys, we have plenty loser bracket matchup coming up after this particular game, but we still have plenty more Halo to play. Haven Extraction is going to come up next on stream. Make sure you guys are letting everyone know what's going on. Let's get more viewers in here. Cheer on your favorite team. Get on Twitter. You know, all that stuff. We'll see you on the other side.
Only 6 o'clock in the morning and my heartbeat is out of control. 10 minutes into boarding, feels like I'm about to explode. Time for the ride up, tension started to swirl. I can't believe I'm gonna free fall from the top of the world. Senses peaked with a crazy anticipation. Feeling like this, tell me how the hell can I be patient? Jumpsuit rig, Google helmet all in place. Double checking just in case. I'm elated, baby, freedom one green light away, and I just can't wait.
Every time you wanna feel freedom in your life, just go skydiving, baby, go skydiving, yeah. Every time you wanna feel freedom in your life, just go skydiving, baby, go skydiving, yeah.
Spread my wings, time to fly. One step out, all it takes for me to touch the sky. So amazing, so liberating. 12,000 feet, AGL, so breathtaking. Belly down, box me now. 4 minutes of pleasure without any spark of distraction around.
All right, guys, welcome back to AGL8 live from Knoxville, Tennessee. We are here with Status Quo versus TEC Infamous, and you know what? It is not looking good for Quo. If you are a Quo fan, you need to be a little worried.
Yeah, for sure. And the big thing about them is, you know, we said about it. Infamous is very fast, SQ is very slow, but Extraction on Haven, you can actually kind of get away with being a little bit slower because Extraction on Haven is basically the most obedient game type out there. Of the 11, it's really the one you have to say, we have to give up on this one. And you're going to see just the A, we normally see get converted a lot, but B, whoever arms it first normally takes it. So you see the segue from A to B is very consistent.
All right, well, you know what? I am curious to see what the opening strats are going to be here for Infamous, as we're going to be kicking off with Rynoob, who had a big game on Skyline Team Slayer. Let's see if we can replicate that same success once again, as A is going to be up for grabs, and it seems like Rynoob is going to focus his attention over to the bottom Mohawk.
Very interesting strategy here from Rynoob. I thought he was going to be able to go and just hit the left, but you know the Mohawk is very, very important to control. And the main reason why they wanted to do that is because they love baiting people to get the sniper because, oh god, because when you go and you see the sniper is gone, it's a simple nade. You nade the sniper rifle. You know the enemy's spawning there. Do the influence. It's basically good game.
Yep, but A has been secured by Infamous here. Status Quo needs to find a way to answer back. You know, Ryan Noob, of course, was so instrumental in that opening play. Just a huge, I believe he got like 3 kills on that one run. This was fantastic for them. They're going to have to defend here for 25 seconds. Let's see if they're going to be able to do so. 2 players of Status Quo going to be lingering over by the Mohawk and look for some activity down there. But for the most part, I think Infamous, they're just going to maintain this. They're probably going to get A.
Yeah, it's looking that way, and mainly because it's a 3-on-4 scenario here for Infamous, as Ryanub's going to be able to pick up yet another kill. And Naden's going to be controlling the landing. Now, the landing is one of those spots where you can do a lot with. You can drop to bottom middle, you can jump up and get more angles on blue, or you can be like Naden and just jump around like a little monkey top middle and just get kills. But the big thing about that is it catches people off guard. They expect you to be on the street, and when you're on the landing, it's like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
The landing definitely, and also because you have some good use of cover there as well. You know, you can't avoid, you know, incoming fire from different directions. Certainly is a very versatile location. Speaking of which, you know, A was secured by TEC Infamous. Now they just steamroll their way over to B, so they have control of this as well. 20 seconds left on the clock, and we are going to be jumping on board here with Neighbor of Status Quo. Let's see what he's going to be bringing to the table here for SQ.
Well, it's going to be really tough for the members of Status Quo to retake B here on this one going away. And the reason why is just because, you know, you have so many different lines of sight on B, and as we look at the members of Infamous, they're all low, and they're all just waiting for the members of Status Quo to come there. If you're Status Quo, you have to say, you know what, we're done with this one. They should have never made that push to begin with. They should have just set up for C. And now we're going to see as Infamous is going to get this one, and Status Quo is basically just going to fall into this sand pit, man. They're just going to just try to claw their way out, and it's not going to happen. They have to almost give up on C, and as weird as that sounds, because they're just not in a position. If they get one down, it's over, and they have to just get ready for A. But they did manage to take out one from Infamous, so they're okay.
Yeah, Mo Goofy is going to be left by himself, as you saw on the screen there. He's going to be defending it all by his lonesome, and he was able to hold it off for a little bit. Still alive. I don't even know how he's still alive there. Goofy takes on Neighbor, picks up a double kill there. You're going to see Lethal clean it up on Flamethrower, finding another one down at the bottom. B-Man's going to have to take a seat. Looking here at Mohawk, and of course going to pick up that kill as well. Just a solid performance here by TEC Infamous. Sniper's going to be up. Lethal's looking to have some fun.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. So right now they have to, or Status Quo that is, has to give up on C. And they should have already been pushing top middle, but they made that last hesitant push, and it didn't really work out for them. They should be able to get A at this point, because when you're at C, everyone knows you're down low, and you're going to be coming from open. And as everyone knows, it's the easiest place in the world to nade. Like, you can be your first day, and you're like, oh, it's open ramp, throw a nade, you kill someone.
Yeah, for sure. Open ramp, you know, a very common attack point, but you got to watch out for that too. Lethal here finding a player. He's going to be working with a really good noob there to clean that one up. Finding another one as well. That's going to be enabled with the drop. Good kill there. And they're just, again, we had said the word. We're going to say it again. Steamrolling Status Quo in the winner bracket final. This does not look like the same team that defeated Requiem in that semifinal matchup. I totally just did not expect this. I don't know what was in their cereal that morning, but it is definitely not here today because they are struggling.
No, man, they're it's not looking good for them, sadly. And it sucks because, you know, I am kind of a little bit of a fanboyish here with Neighbor and Bestman because we're good buddies, but it's just, they're over. They are completely out of the game. They seem clueless. They're getting split spawns and they're not working together, and they're running bottom middle. This game is basically going to be over in 25 seconds. Infamous putting on a show and letting everyone know how you're supposed to play Extraction.
On Haven.
Yeah, it's just...
They just hold it down. This is insane. Although there is going to be a player there hopefully trying to make some noise and maybe get a conversion. We could actually see something happen, and yes. No, never mind. Goofy's going to be there with the railgun.
And he's just there to soil all the plans. This comes to desperation, and that is all she wrote, as Infamous is going to just plow through the members of Status Quo and advance to the grand finals where they are guaranteed top 2.
Wow. Did not, I mean, you definitely gotta be very impressed with that. You know, first tournament as a team, and they come out here and, I mean, you know, honestly, I don't even want to say first tournament as a team because these players are so familiar with each other. Oh, yeah. It kind of just gets to that point where, you know what, it's all building chemistry at this point. TEC Infamous definitely going to the grand finals. Now, Status Quo on their way to the losers bracket. What happens there?
Well, I know a team I think is going to be in the losers bracket finals. I think right now any team coming out of loser bracket finals or losers bracket between Requiem and Ambush, they're going to be able to beat Quo. Quo is out of it. They just got 3-0'd by Infamous. That's a big dagger to them. They're out of the equation. They're getting third, in my opinion. No questions asked. Whoever wins between Ambush and Requiem, they're going to get second or first. I really see that happening. I think Requiem stands no chance, and I would love to see Ambush and...
oh, God.
Wait for it.
He's doing it. No, no. We can't have these biases.
Just
wait a minute, hold on. Oh, wait, it's just hair under here. It's nothing else.
Hair. But yeah, I think Ambush, I think they're fired up today. Requiem has their work cut out for him. But before I say anything, Ninja and Legit and that whole squad were looking amazing. They can't overlook them.
This Requiem squad is right now, the match that I saw, prior, they just were on fire. I mean, honestly, the way that Requiem took care of Classic, I didn't expect that. We're talking about Classic here. Classic, the team that had an amazing run at UMG Halo. I mean, I just did not expect this. So, without a doubt, this is certainly going to be an interesting one that I am super pumped to watch. We are going to have an interview coming up next here, I believe, in a little bit, right?
Yep, we will be featuring Naden on here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Naden. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. So with that said, we are going to be right back. We're going to have an interview with Naden, and then we're going to be moving on to loser bracket semifinals for Ambush going up against Requiem. You got to let everyone know what's going on because it is going to be an insane game. I cannot wait to hear the listen-ins for that one. With that said, we're going to be right back live from AGL8 in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm Golden Boy.
And I'm Gandhi.
There we go. We did it. It worked. High five. It worked better that time. Awesome. All right, guys. We will see you in a little bit.